Imagine, just for a moment, that you hold the ultimate remote control.
Right.
Like, you have the power to monopolize every single television signal in an entire nation.
Just completely hijack the airwaves.
Exactly. You control the video. You control the audio. You press play, and you expect millions of people to just sit down, listen, and cheer for you.
Because you've literally removed every other option.
You have. But then you look at the data, and you get nothing. You are speaking to totally empty living rooms.
It is dead silence.
Dead, absolute silence. How is that physically possible when you control all the screens?
Well, that sounds like a complete paradox, right?
Yeah, totally.
Because conventional wisdom says that when a state takes absolute control of broadcasting, they win. They wash the brains of the public.
You'd think so. I mean, they have all the power.
But the data, the cold, hard, physical data of human behavior, tells a totally different story.
And that is what we are diving into today on The Deep Dive.
We are looking at a real historical event. Venezuela, mid-2000s. The president there had the legal power to just forcefully hijack every broadcast television channel. Instantly. No warning.
Just boom, you're watching him.
Exactly. And our mission today is to see what actually happens when you force a population to listen.
Does it work, or does human nature always find an exit?
It's the ultimate showdown. A billion-dollar state machine versus a person on a couch with a piece of plastic.
The ultimate cognitive defense mechanism, the power to just turn it off.
Now, before we really get into this, we have to set an unbreakable rule for today.
Yes, very important.
We are totally, completely neutral here. We do not care about left-wing politics. We do not care about right-wing politics.
Zero political endorsements today.
Right. We are not taking sides on Venezuela's history. We are strictly looking at the raw math of human behavior.
We are measuring human pain, basically. The physical data of choice.
So let's start with the source material. How do you actually measure propaganda?
Well, you can't just ask people.
No, you definitely can't use polls.
Because people lie to pollsters all the time. They want to sound loyal, or they're just plain scared to answer honestly.
Right. People lie, but their thumbs do not lie.
I love that.
We are looking at research from two world-class economists, Brian Knight from Brown University and Knight and Tribin from the Central Bank of Colombia.
And they didn't look at political speeches, right?
No, they ignored the speeches. They went straight to the hardware.
Yeah.
Minute-by-minute television ratings from 2006 to 2007.
Minute by minute.
Nielsen-style set-top boxes in thousands of living rooms.
That is insane. So they aren't asking how you felt. They are tracking the exact second your thumb hits the remote.
It acts as a quantitative scalpel. High-frequency data. It strips away all the romance and shows you the physical limits of state control.
It's just the unvarnished truth.
But to understand why the viewers reacted the way they did, we have to look at the battlefield.
Right, the media landscape back then.
The private media wasn't just reporting the news. The president literally called them the four horsemen of the apocalypse.
Okay, that is not a subtle nickname for a news anchor.
Not at all. After a massive oil strike and a brief coup around 2002, the country fractured.
It tore completely in half.
And the private media became the opposition.
So it wasn't just biased news. It was a literal split-screen war. You turn on the TV, the president is on one side, riots are on the other, total chaos.
The polarization was absolute. Private channels fought the government. Public channels became the state's megaphone.
There was zero middle ground.
Which sets the stage for the ultimate weapon, the cadenas.
The cadenas, the forced broadcast.
The law required all broadcast channels to instantly stop their programming, cut the feed, air the president's speech.
Alive, everywhere, no buffer.
No warning at all.
Just put yourself on that couch for a second. You are watching a soap opera. Mid-sentence, bam, the president is there.
You panic, you change the channel, bam, he's there too.
You go to sports, bam, there is nowhere to hide.
Over 9 years, there were 1,731 unannounced hijackings. Over 1,000 hours of forced listening. Total saturation.
But absolute saturation creates absolute resistance. This is where it gets crazy.
The state thought a surprise attack would work best. But the randomness backfired completely.
Because they were totally random, right? Any day, anytime.
Monday, Friday, 3 p.m. or right in prime time. And the duration was totally unknown. 20 minutes or 5 hours.
Wait, if it's totally random, you can't plan around it.
Exactly.
That means the government should have trapped them perfectly every single time.
You would think so. But it created a perfect natural experiment. Because the viewers couldn't pre-plan an escape, their reaction is pure, unfiltered instinct.
The suddenness became a survival alarm. They didn't coordinate this. It was just reflex.
And we have to look at the ideological DNA of this audience.
Yeah.
Because they were deeply, deeply divided.
Right. Your politics hardwired your remote control?
The 2007 survey data is wild. Government supporters watched public TV at 10 times the rate of the opposition.
10 times. That is an absolute echo chamber.
And the opposition watched private news at 3 times the rate of supporters.
You aren't just picking a channel. You are permanently binding yourself to a tribe.
So when the Kadena hits a private channel, it is hitting an audience that profoundly resents the message.
They are cornered, but they don't just sit there. They fight back.
The economists mapped out a choice model for this. You have 3 physical defense mechanisms.
Okay, let's break this down without the academic jargon.
Option 1, change the channel. But they all show the same speech.
So that's useless.
Option 2, turn the TV off entirely. Tune out. Option 3, flee to paid cable TV, which was exempt from the law.
It's like being trapped in a restaurant. Suddenly, every waiter serves a dish you are violently allergic to.
Right.
You either leave the building or you pay a massive premium to sneak into the VIP room.
That perfectly illustrates switching costs. It takes effort to stand up, turn off the TV, and find a new activity.
We are incredibly lazy creatures. We just want to melt into the couch.
But their hatred for the broadcast was stronger than their physical laziness. This is the astonishing drop.
The slap in the face.
The moment the president opened his mouth, private channel viewership plummeted by a staggering 45%.
Instantaneously.
The exact second it started.
A 45% instantaneous drop. That is not a gradual decline.
No.
That is an absolute synchronized boycott happening in living rooms across the country in real time. Millions of thumbs hitting the button at once.
It is the core proof of the limits of propaganda. Forced physical delivery does not equal cognitive consumption.
The silence is measurable resistance.
But there is a spectrum effect. The more extreme your political anger, the faster your thumb moves.
Oh, this part is wild. Break down the channels.
Globovision was the extreme opposition channel. They dropped 59%.
59.
RCV dropped 36%. But the moderate channels, Television, Venevision, they barely dented, down 1 to 11%.
It perfectly correlates. Your political spectrum literally dictates your physical reaction time.
The moderates hesitated. The opposition bolted.
The moderates just sat there.
It validates the ideology theory. It wasn't just annoyance. It was visceral rejection.
Let me push back for a second. Could it just be that political speeches are super boring and soap operas are fun?
The soap opera theory.
Right. I mean, a 5-hour speech is going to put anyone to sleep.
The economists looked at that. When normal news turns to a fun entertainment show, viewership rises 45%.
Makes sense. People like fun.
But when entertainment turns into a Kadena, it drops by that exact same massive margin.
Okay, but isn't that just them fleeing boredom?
No, because the math shows the drop is specifically sharp on opposition channels compared to public ones.
Oh. Because if it were just boredom, everyone would turn it off equally.
Exactly. If it were just boredom, the public channel soap opera viewers would leave too. But they didn't. Ideology is driving the mass exodus.
They run away. But they don't stay gone. There's this revenge bounce.
Yes. When the speech finally ends, the audience executes a hostile takeover of the ratings.
The reverse experiment.
When normal news resumes, private channels instantly spike by 23%. Globovision spikes by 36%.
It's like they were holding their breath underwater.
They were actively monitoring, hovering, clicking back to see if it was over.
Just waiting out the speech to prove a point.
But this resilience reveals a really dark class divide. Absolute power has a loophole.
If you have enough money, you can buy immunity from the state.
Cable TV wasn't forced to air the Kadenas. It was the loophole.
So what does the data show about wealth?
Homes with cable dropped off broadcast TV 20% faster than homes without it.
Wealth literally buys you an escape hatch.
It does.
If you're poor, you're strapped to the chair. If you're rich, you just change the TV input.
It turns a political issue into a profound class divide. The cognitive burden fell totally on the lower income population.
And while the broadcast networks were a ghost town, the cable networks were having a party.
A massive ratings party. RCTV International, the cable channel, their total viewership exploded by 69% during a Kadena.
Unbelievable.
And their news viewership, up 171%.
That is an astonishing backfire.
It really is.
The government tries to force everyone to listen, and they accidentally drive a 171% traffic surge directly to their biggest critics.
It's the ultimate proof of switching behavior. Consumers hunted down their echo chamber.
It just relocated them. It created a double extreme.
A movement meant to eliminate class division, perfectly aligned wealth with cognitive isolation.
Rich people blocked it out. Poor people couldn't afford to. The society split completely in two with no shared reality.
Devastating macro trend. But let's look at what actually triggers the walkout. What makes them run?
The content of the speeches, they decoded the hate.
Yes. Foreign policy. Nobody moves. Boring state info. Barely a ripple. Elections caused a big drop. Negative 0.75.
But the biggest drop.
The delivery of public goods and welfare. A massive negative 1.056 coefficient.
This breaks my brain. Giving away free stuff causes the biggest mass walkout.
Because the opposition sees it as blatant, targeted bribery to the core base.
Oh. It's political theater. The more targeted the gift, the more repulsive it is to the other side.
Which brings us to the psychology, Bill. The actual math of human pain.
Okay, lay the numbers on me.
The switching cost getting off the couch is a high 3.09. The joy of hearing your own side speak is a tiny 0.24.
We barely care when our team scores.
But the psychological agony of hearing the opposing side? A massive negative 1.67.
So the pain of listening to the opposition is 7 times stronger than the joy of hearing your own side.
7 times. Our brains are hardwired for negativity. We run from discomfort faster than we run toward pleasure.
And that pain leaves a ghost. The propaganda hangover.
The speech ends, but the TV stays dark.
The inertia data, right.
Once viewers were forced to turn the TV off, they didn't come back for the next show. Private ratings stayed depressed for hours.
It's like a bad smell in the living room. You go read a book or cook dinner, the network loses you for the whole night.
It inflicts long-term behavioral damage. It snaps the habit loop.
So let's look at the final scorecard, the welfare deficit. Was it a good bet for the government?
A terrible bet. We calculated the total social welfare. Supporters got a tiny bump in happiness, positive 0.0377.
No tiny win.
Opponents suffered a massive drop, negative 0.0717. Total net happiness dropped.
You're inflicting twice as much pain on your enemies as joy to your friends. Society gets poorer in happiness.
Reducing media plurality causes a massive deadweight loss. It's mathematically stupid.
Which proves the iron ceiling, the brain's firewall.
You can own the towers, you can own the satellites, but you will never own the human thumb.
It makes you weirdly proud to be human. Against a billion-dollar machine, the ultimate rebellion is just a collective nope and a click.
Economics always beats indoctrination. The limits of propaganda are defined by consumer choice.
If an exit exists, human nature will find it.
But we have to look at the modern track.
From TV antennas to algorithms?
We escaped the physical dictator. But did we just build a flawless, invisible prison on our phones?
The algorithm.
In Venezuela, the state forced you into discomfort. You turned it off. Today, the algorithm knows you hate discomfort.
Oh, wow.
It knows about that 7 times pain multiplier. So it never shows you the other side.
It perfectly caters to your pain avoidance. The algorithm learned from this. It knows we will change the channel if we see something we hate.
It built a padded, soundproof room for all of us.
We never have to click away. We are perfectly isolated.
It is the ultimate frictionless echo chamber.
So here is the final thought to mull over. In 2007, the ultimate act of freedom was turning the screen off. Today, your screen is customized to ensure you never, ever want to turn it off.
Are you actually more free today, or just more comfortably trapped?